Michael, thank you for ducking in here for a second to talk to us.
Problem.
There's been the story online about a new series, Captain Worf.
Yeah.
Can we get an update on what's
Sure.
happening there?
Yeah, no, sure. We had made a lot of progress. We talked to some people at CBS, not the execs that makes the decisions, but we talked to some execs, and we were making some headway. And they were thinking about at one point piggybacking it on the release of the two-parter Worf Star Trek Klingon episode. But I think it ran into business affairs at Paramount, CBS Paramount, because all of a sudden they went, no, we're not going to do this. And like I said, I'm an eternal optimist about this, because I've seen things that happen like this before, where, yes, they said no, but that doesn't mean it's dead. I think if CBS looked at it and heard enough from the fans, that they would consider it. But the other thing I've learned also is that it's not enough about the fans. You have to have a champion, somebody at CBS that goes, "Oh, come on, let's." And also they're running into this thing where the J.J. Abrams juggernaut is starting out and is doing really well, and the movies are just making tons of money, and they don't want to cross that line. I just believe that there's room on television for it, but it doesn't have to be like a network show. I think it should be a cable show, like a limited series, 13 episodes a year, and that's it.
That would be amazing. One thing that I've been thinking about a lot, I've been a fan for my whole life, and growing up in the 80s, I was a latchkey kid, and a lot of latchkey kids are raised partly by television.
Yeah.
And I feel like I really lucked out because I was raised in part by you guys. Star Trek always had something good to say.
Yeah.
It had a hopeful view of the future. It taught you how to be a better person.
Sure.
In these latest movies, none of that is in there. It's it's a wonderfully made action popcorn film, which is fine. But I feel like the next generation, pardon the pun, needs a Star Trek. My kids need to be able to watch a real Star Trek that has those messages.
Yeah. Well, the script I wrote for the it's done, and I'm in the process of kind of finalizing and sending to people that I trust and I care about, and who are very smart about stuff. And tell me what they think about the structure of it all. Not about how they like it. I don't care about that. I like it. But if you look at the new movies and you look at our show, it's a lot of morality, a lot of the human condition, the going out there in space and discovering and what it does to us, and all that type of stuff, which is very interesting, because I was watching the first Superman Returns movie. A little off, but I'm getting this. I thought it was a wonderful movie. I saw it with a friend of mine, and we walked out and went, that was a good movie.
I loved that movie.
And they compared it to the new Superman, and they considered it, this one reviewer said it was overly talky. And that is what it's all about, is that they don't want talking. They don't want anything like that. They want to have a line here and a line there that goes back to this, or that does this, or a funny line, and then back to the action. And the script I wrote I think is a good balance of all that. It harkens back to what we did in Deep Space Nine in the original show, where there's action, there's fighting, especially with Worf, because it has to do more with the Klingon Empire, and we really are looking at the Klingon Empire and seeing what's going on. And I borrowed an idea that Gene Roddenberry had about my character, which is we look at the Klingon Empire and we see the Klingons, we see a bunch of them walking around the Great Hall, and we see Starfleet officers intermixed on ships doing stuff, because you have to move on. And the Klingon Empire is trying its best to hold on to the old ways, the bad and the good, but they can't help themselves. progress and future, and it's going to happen. And they're just trying to hold on to that. And the B story is, it has that theme, which is Worf trying to find his place in the universe. Not in Starfleet, not in the Klingon Empire, but in the universe, to where he feels, okay, this is where I belong.
I have lived with humans so long, I no longer think like a Klingon. For a long time, I have tried to walk the line between the Empire and the Federation. I told myself I could live in either world, that it was my choice. But the truth is, I cannot go back to the Empire.
And like I said, with the limited series, you do like they do on cable now, which is 13 episodes. I don't want to do 13 episodes and wait 2 years to do another one. But I want to have it 5 years, a beginning and an end. And in that 5 years, you're heading towards an end or a conclusion to it, and leave it at that. And so that people can grow up with it, they can see the characters change, they can see things happen and stuff like that. And it'll be a 5-year thing where you can then at the end of it you have how many episodes that is, and you can look over and over and over again. That's what they did with the original show.
That is the great thing about anything Star Trek, save the new movies. It's not just we'll put it on TV, people will watch it now, and that's it. 25 years from now, whatever the latest version is, the Blu-ray, whatever, it will be converted and it continues.
Sure. The new thing that I would love to do, it'll be very literate because I'm a literate person. I love the classics. I love Shakespeare. I love, good writing, and I've been a fan of good writing all my life. Now is really interesting. In fact, I write topical stuff. I write stuff that's happening now, so that everybody can see and feel, which is what Gene did. He wrote things that were topical: balance of power, racism, interfering with other worlds, which is, spreading democracy into countries that, that's what it's all about. These are the things that the movies don't touch on anymore at all. I watched a bunch of movies in the last couple of weeks, a lot of stuff that came out, and there wasn't one moral story in any of them. There was not one line saying, well, you can't judge a book by its cover. Anything.
Even as simple as that, we'll take it.
A penny saved is a penny earned. Wow, jeez, nothing.
It's like even the platitudes are gone.
Gone.
What can fans do to let CBS know that we want this show?
I don't know. You guys are in the media, so you tell me.
Yeah, I think that we need to actually walk away from the emails and stuff that can be very easily deleted and ignored. I think if people sit down and put actual pen to paper, like they did in the 60s, and the executives had to physically see the bags of mail coming in, like, Miracle on 4th Street style.
Street. Put it on my desk.
Yes.
I think that because to them that translates into money.
Right.
And there's something they can't ignore.
Right.
So, and it's not this is not a $200 million movie. The one thing that we do have, which is interesting, is we have all the guys from every aspect of that Star Trek world, the behind-the-scenes guys, that are out there going, call me, Mike. I'll do it. Just for the pilot. I'll do it, for lunch. Or, hey, I'm ready. And all of these guys, the special effects, the sound, all these guys are out there just waiting. And it can be done. It can be done very efficiently. Of course, with me directing, since I have and I think it's so right.
Yeah.
But it would just take somebody at CBS going, well, if we make $20 million,
that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And
not to mention the money they will in perpetuity make for all the different versions of it that will happen.
So I think you're right. I think it really takes a true letter writing campaign, and it's something that has to be generated. It doesn't. I don't think it could be a Kickstarter or one of those things. I don't want to do that. I think it has to be a grassroots movement that is so big that they just can't ignore it.
Yeah.
And if they do ignore it, somebody else may go, well, shit, I'll do it. Some other company, and just say, look, just give us a license. We'll pay for the licensing. Just give us the. So I think that's going to be the way to do it.